everyone, and welcome back to the Camden Interactive Series. In our last episode, we had the pleasure of hosting and hearing Mr. Alkesh Shah on how he would navigate through a scenario of business loss. To give a next-gen perspective on this topic, we have with us today Tanmay Maheshwari, Director, Amar Ujala Group. A third-generation family member, Tanmay is part of the core management team and drives digital transformation efforts of the group. He's also a wildlife enthusiast. Welcome to Camden Interactive Series, Tanmay. It's really great to have you with us today.
Thank you, Aryan. Pleasure is all mine.
But why don't we start by a brief introduction about yourself and some background on you. So please go ahead.
So Aryan, as you have already mentioned, that I am a third generation entrepreneur. This business began in the year 1948 by my grandfather. And thereon, we have, expanded to 21 cities, of North India. We are the third largest read daily in India, besides, the newspaper, which is called as the Amar Ujala. We also have interest in digital healthcare and also the commercial printing. Responsibility is to, take care of the revenue side of things. And I also take care of the digital transformation of the group. It's a very small family. There is my uncle, my younger brother, and me. Three of us, in the family. So more or less, all of us have to look into, all the things. And recently, we have also ventured into the healthcare in the tier 2 and tier 3, where, we have a chain of hospitals by the name of Ujala Cygnus.
Terrific. Thank you. Sounds really interesting. And especially from sort of printed publication into healthcare and digital healthcare, I think that's a pretty large space as well. So we'll get into some of that. Would love to sort of pick your brain on it. But just to jump into our first question around the topic today, which deals with business losses and business failures. According to you, just as we said, right, you have decades-old legacy businesses that are trying to find either ways of recreating the traditional business or just completely new avenues to grow businesses in. And if, according to you, why do sometimes these legacy businesses fail, in terms of the visionary projects? Because on one hand, you have a platform, you have capital, you have relationships, you have network. And on the other hand, you still, I'm not saying you per se, but it's happened in my life as well. One can't seem to put it together and make a success out of it.
Yes, I believe that, there are only two reasons, why, a business would fail. One is, the operational inefficiency, right? When, the person, who is, doing the business is not really, taking care of the things, he should take care of. But that is not the case, in most of the cases, right? People are generally, extremely, serious and, particular. The only thing, which, then comes to my mind is that people fail because they don't want to change. So, the legacy business of you also, comes with a very strong legacy. And that legacy, always tells you that there is a, way of doing things, right? There has been 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, a way, in which, the thing has been done. But when, the change comes, most of the, legacy companies are really, not that quick to react. You always feel that, if, a particular way of working or, a particular, formulation, has worked for, donkey number of years for us, what is the reason? And will, the, incentive be, good enough if we actually change? Classic example that, Kodak, kept on, manufacturing the, films, and they did not, get into the digital, camera, whereas, they were the ones, who had, made it, invention of digital camera was done by Kodak, but they always thought that, it would eat into their core business of making films. So typically, that's the biggest reason that, people don't want to change. They are too, afraid to take a risk. They have a lot to lose, the fear of failure is there. And, all these things, combine together and probably, lead to a, thing, which, leads to a, ultimate failure of businesses. It's just painful, but, that's the truth.
Yeah. The first thing that you said about operational efficiency and someone being able to execute is really relevant, especially when you're pivoting from your legacy business into a business with perhaps new operational dimensions or a different kind of culture. And I think the biggest public market or public story that is there in front of us today is with the Mukesh Ambani group, right? How they're going from oil to data, into all kinds of different retail and telecom, with very different sort of frameworks for each business. I think that the other aspect here is very interesting what you talked about Kodak, right? And when you see the market demand, very much like in the case of Kodak, suddenly cut your traditional business by half, right? Because there's an alternative, sort of a product out there which consumers are going for. How do you then sort of as a family come together and work through that, because it's something that's so close to your identity that you have to sort of question and figure out.
The role of a team, would actually come into, right? So you need to have a team, which is much better than you. Professionalism is the most important, aspect, in today's world. And if you think that, you know it all, you are the, champion of all the things, you'll never, be able to do, what you want to do. So if you keep on, hiring and, having, people who are much, much better than you, in terms of the, know-how, expertise and all, you'll always, get the right advice, what to do. Because see, nothing, in this world is hidden. Okay, everything is there. Okay, you just have to, open your eyes and, you should be just willing to just have a look at that.
In terms of the other aspect really is communication, right? Within that construct about not panicking, not sort of going helter-skelter, trying to find a buyer for the business, so on and so forth, right? It's about, bringing all your wits together and saying, okay, how do we now transcend to the next model? I think the other bit about communication is the difference sometimes that the older generation has and the younger generation has. And I wanted to sort of ask you a very sensitive question around, especially when it comes to business expansion. Sometimes the older generation will say, oh gosh, the younger generation is really out there to blow all the capital away. And sometimes it's the other way around, right? Where the younger generation is more focused, but the older generation wants to go after whatever new wave is. And kind of put out a lot of expenditure. So how do you address that? How do you actually talk to an older generation person and say, ask them to kind of cut back or talk to them about financial prudence and not sort of extending the family capital too much?
Right. So structured goal setting exercise, okay, that's the only way to do it, right? Because see, different people are bound to have, different ideas. Right. And the more people, you have in your family, the more, ideas you will have. But once, you have an, alignment on the goals, the timelines and the, capacity of risk, a particular, business, will have, and the, parameters in which we can say that we have to go ahead or pause or take a step backwards. Now, all of it, should be very, very, measurable, objective driven. Because if you don't have number one goals, number two timelines, for those goals, okay, you'll keep on, going into a trap, okay, and it's an endless, trap, okay, irrespective of, younger generation, middle level generation, juniors, coming through the ranks, everyone, has to follow the basic rule that while you should love your business, you should never, fall in love with it, because you have to, subjectively see everything. And then, objectively measure, everything, and then take a decision, taking, emotions apart and taking, everyone along, even before you commission a new thing. So that, that thing is doing well or is not doing well, can be seen by, all of, us in the family, and all of us know that, where we are actually heading to. So I would say transparency with a lot of, proper review system is very, very important. And if anything, goes wrong, we should be, transparent enough and, bold enough, to tell all the, family members that, hey, this is not working. And, we should not try to buy time. That's very important. So that is what I feel that, a good, proper review always helps. And, to be honest and, transparent, there is no, other way to that.
Yeah, agreed. But, and what happens sometimes is that, and I wouldn't say that it's necessarily only the older generation. It could be across the board, but the inability of someone to cope with changing times, right, and changing cultures. So, for example, new businesses that might, require different skill sets where capital may not be the differentiator, but maybe more domain knowledge is a differentiator. Maybe bringing the right people on board, professionals, paying them or remunerating them in the right way. These are all very difficult things to sort of get your arms around from business to business. So, given that you're multi-generational, how has it been in your experience to, help your sort of other generations cope with changing times?
See, as I said that, communication, is very important. And, in that aspect, I've been extremely lucky. So I lost my father, when I was just about to, get into the, business cycle.
Sorry.
And, my uncle, and, he really, trained me, very nicely. And we belong to completely different, I would say, line of thoughts. Okay. He was a more conservative, traditional, rock solid, business guy. I was always, thinking, technology transformation, that, what's there in the, times to come. What really, helped us through was that we always, communicated a lot. Okay. And after, 8 years, okay, we know, at the back of our hands that, what he expects out of me, and, what, I should, do. And same thing, is with me. So I would say that communication and knowing, the long-term goals for the organization. See, whatever we do, ultimately, okay, we have to keep our personal goals at the side.
Yeah.
And once we are, in the organization, okay, whatever I may think, whatever anybody else might think, okay, if the ultimate goal of the growth of the organization is aligned, nobody, dislikes that. I can, tell you, nobody likes, money coming into the company. Nobody dislikes that, there should be, a growth. So ultimately, the goals are there, and what we, ensure that we have to, communicate. I try my best, to educate him about the latest, coming technology. He always, tells me the, pitfalls, that not to go, overboard, not to, probably jump, too much ahead of the gun and all. So communication has been the key, and that's what has, helped us through.
Would you like to share a success story for when the family unity helped you get over a crisis? Just more on a positive sort of note.
I would say, it happens every day. It happens every day. And as I said that, see, our business is a very customer-driven, dynamic business, right? We have to change our product, we have to change our technology, we have to change our offerings every day. Okay. COVID was a classic case. Okay. There was so much panic around that, how to take out the paper, what to do things, what not to do things. And it was, our belief, okay, our belief as a family. And in fact, I must say that, for us, our business is, our extended family. So we ensure that, we take care of our team, we take care of, so, their well-being was, number one priority for all of us. At the same time, the team also thought that, come what may, we have to, deliver, in these testing times. So despite of all the odds, we did very well, last year. This year is going well. And there was, barring, a couple of, sad, things, which took place in the team, we were able to keep the team safe, which was the most important thing. And there was use of technology, there was use of, traditional family values, to motivate people. Everything was done. And it was a, classic case, where the, combination of technology and, human values, came together and, gave an output, which otherwise, no management lesson can give you. Because, to ask a person, to risk his life, go to the field and, report things, okay, when people are dying around him, is very difficult to do. No amount of, compensation, rewards, anything, cannot do that. That is where, we had to use a lot of technology. Obviously, people working from home, a lot of, devices were given to them. A lot of, tech was, there to, ensure that, if a particular location is not working, then, can we do it from, any other place? And at the same time, the teams are motivated to do a lot of things. So this is, one thing which comes to my mind. This is more, operational, I would say. And in terms of business expansions, we have tried a lot of things. Okay. So we have gone into commercial printing, we have gone into healthcare, we have expanded a lot into, digital. So every time, the family comes together, we sit through things, discuss things, and then we take a call at whether to do it or not to do it.
That's incredible. And as you said, it's a small family, right? It's your younger brother and your uncle. And I'm sorry to hear that your father passed away. some time back. But it seems like, so does everyone have sort of a responsibility area? Because as I said, healthcare is a huge space. Commercial printing is different. Your sort of publication business is different. So how does that work within the broader family construct, and how are successes and failures measured across different businesses, because the parameters are different?
So, in terms of family, as I told you, that because a very small family, so everyone literally, has to, look into everything. We have our defined roles, but they are at times overlapping. At times, we have to jump into to help the other guy. There is a load in that particular area, which is new or requires some change. In terms of a new businesses, okay, we are trying to, professionalize them as much as we can, right? So we try all the new businesses completely, through the board, and we have a proper review mechanism wherein we set the annual goals, long-term vision is aligned, tough quarterly thing is there. The HODs have to come, tell to the entire board, which is a combination family and obviously, people from outside, professionals. And then objectively, we review all those companies. For the core company, that is, the print, business, because this is more, I would say, a print business would always require the vision of the owners, to be there, because, that is what, defines the product every day. We guys are more hands-on and are, involved into the day-to-day operations. So healthcare is completely professionally managed. Commercial printing is completely, professionally managed. Web is completely, professionally managed. And we have a decent amount of, professional management in our core business also. But yes, there, we are a lot more hands-on with the day-to-day operations.
Future generations coming in, I'm sure, to be able to follow that system and that approach for expanding business. No, listen, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I know it's been a busy day for you. It was great that we were able to have this candid conversation. Would love to hear any other thoughts that you have before we wrap up this session. And if there's anything that you wanted to bring out.
No, I would say that, it's a great initiative taken by you guys, because see, all of us are, here to learn, and learning is the only way, which, improves us. And I would say, while, from the outside, each and every family, each and every, business is different. Fundamentally, it's all the same, right? It's all about the, human values. It's all about, see, I would say that, a lot of times, we pay a lot of, attention to the technical and, to the formal, side of the business. And I say that, I've always, believed this, and this is what has always helped me through that. If you take care of the human side of things, okay, ultimately, you will just figure it out. There is nothing in this life, okay, which can't be, found or, sought or built. As long as, your intent is good, your heart is, clear, and your value system is solid. In a family, it is natural that, you have a lot of indifferences, right? You have, differences between a father and a son, between wife, between husband and a wife, everywhere, okay? Best of, pals also, have a bad day and, they fight, right? But it's the long-term vision, okay? It's the long-term, value and, respect deep inside the heart, okay? Which takes things in a longer way. So nothing can be, formalized if you don't have the, feeling from inside. You can have the best of, formal thing, going around. But if your mind and heart is not in the right place, something bad, is bound to happen for sure. And if your mind and heart is, at the right place, even if, in the worst of times, you'll always, figure a way out. So that is what I felt. And that is what I, personally, believe in, that the value system is very important. And especially, for people like us, who are entering into the business, 2nd gen, 3rd gen, 4th gen, the only thing, okay, we should learn from our elders is the values. Rest everything, you can acquire from college, from, job experiences and, all those things. So that is all, I feel this is, that's it. Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's really mature of you, Tanmay, I must say. So thank you again. Our audience have had a lot to learn from your perspectives. And the Camden community is always grateful for all of its members sharing and their knowledge contribution. So stay tuned with us for more such candid conversations at the Camden Interactive Series. See you all next time. And until then, take care, stay safe, and stay well. Thank you.
Thank you, Variant. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise. Take care and have a great evening.